Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. This past Sunday, March 12th, 2017, they retired a jersey for Notorious BIG at the Barclay Center in Brooklyn, New York, where the Nets play that are now owned partly by Jay-Z. If you missed the videos I put out last week for the anniversary of Notorious BIG's death, I'm going to link below this playlist. Please watch the video number 2 about Jay-Z and Rockefeller Records in the wake of the death of Notorious B.I.G. But if you have time, watch all of these videos. And the reason I tucked in the Joni Sledge death is because in these videos I was talking a lot about September 13th and how it's involved in ritual murder. Notorious B.I.G. released his first album, Ready to Die, on September 13th. Tupac Shakur would die on that date 2 years later. Plus, many more people have died in connection with that date. Since making those videos, Joni Sledge passed away, who had a September 13th birthday. So anyway, why am I getting this right now? These videos, link below in the description. We're going to talk about why this jersey retirement ceremony happened Sunday. Notorious B.I.G. was murdered on a Sunday in 1997. What Sunday has to do with Jay-Z, who calls himself Hova, kind of like Jehovah, named for Jesus. So let's get into this. They retired the number 72 at the game this past Sunday. It was the Nets versus the Knicks. They were calling it the Battle of New York. They retired the number 72 for Notorious B.I.G., and most people probably just assumed it's because he was born in 72. In Gematria, hip-hop also sums to 72. As for Sunday, the date he died on, Sunday has Gematria of 33. I'll just show you here. Sunday has Gematria of 33, like the word sun. You see the 33 here. All of these methods are based on the alphabetic order. 33, very central in Christianity, huge number. I just want you to see that the name Biggie also has this gematria of 33. The game was on March 12th, a date that's written 12/3. Biggie, 123. Biggie died on March 9th, 3/9. We're going to talk about 39 in New York. If you're new here, you're going to learn a lot. But real quick, we're just starting with Sunday and 33. And I'm having a hard time with my computer. Okay. So, they retired the number 72 this past Sunday at the game between the two New York teams. It's important to note that it was P. Diddy who did the ceremonies. You know, the face of Bad Boy Records when Notorious B.I.G. was around. Puff Daddy was the background voice, you know, in a lot of his songs. Then after his death, Puff Daddy released his first album. And on that CD, or on that album, there's the song Young G's that stars Jay-Z. For a lot of people, that was the first time they ever heard Jay-Z. If you missed the videos I put out, I talk about the significance of that song in relation to the death of Notorious B.I.G. They said Biggie died at 1:15 in the morning, March 9th. That album came out 115 days later. 115 is important to Freemasonry and killing. Puff Daddy's album came out 115 days after the death of Biggie at 1:15 in the morning. And there's a whole lot more to it. Check out the videos. But just in case you missed, I want to catch you up on some things. 47 is a very special number in Freemasonry. Both Puff Daddy and Jay-Z are currently 47 years old. You know, two of the richest men in hip-hop. Jay-Z now a part owner of an NBA basketball team. This is 20 years later. There's a reason they're doing it 20 years later. Notice the name Notorious has gematria 47. Show you something else about the nickname Notorious. Notorious also connects to 97, the year he died. The word death also has gematria of 97. Biggie died just before his 25th birthday in 97. Tupac died at age 25. 97 is the 25th prime number. Biggie died just before his 25th birthday. And this year, the 20-year anniversary, a lot of media attention. And now even this tribute in the NBA. As for 38, Biggie, Tupac, and a million other musicians have died on dates with 38 numerology. Recurring theme. So, this all comes back to Freemasonry. This tribute is happening while these two men are 47 in regards to Notorious, because it has everything to do with Masonry. On the compass, which is on the Freemason compass and square, the compass is at 47 degrees. And the reason for that has everything to do with this world we live in and the solstices. The solstices are measured by the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, the Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. Those tropics are exactly 47 degrees apart. Special number. The word time equals 47. So many important words equal 47. If you're new here, just watch a few of my videos. You'll learn real quick. But the tropics and the solstices used to measure time, they happen to be 47 degrees apart. The word time in gematria is 47, like Notorious. And here we are, these men, 47 years old, a special point in time for this Biggie tribute. Notice there's also 90 degrees in the right angle. That means there's 137 degrees of measurement. 137 is the 33rd prime. The big G represents 33. And we just began with Sunday, Biggie, 33. Sunday, dead on a Biggie. Biggie dead on a Sunday, getting this tribute years later on a Sunday. With regards to Freemasonry, the Nets were hosting this game. Nets equals 58, like Freemasonry, like Secret Society, like Annuit Coeptus. Basketball created by Freemasonry. Just like American football. Just like American baseball. Just like several other sports in this world. With regards to Freemasonry, Brooklyn, New York is a Masonic hotbed. Brooklyn, New York equals 223, like Masonic, like the Synagogue of Satan, the name from the Bible given to the false Jews who are said to rule in the end times. You know, all of these men, these famous musicians, Biggie, Tupac, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, they're all famous because they're owned and operated by the Zionist Jews who control media, who control entertainment, including the recording industry, who run this world. You know, when you hear these rappers talking about, you know, all these confident lyrics about all they're running, realize they're not even, you know, this isn't their message. This is their puppeteer's message. These rappers are talking about what the Zionist Jews are doing in this world. You know, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, these are the studio gangster pretenders, but their message is really about what's going on in this world. That song, Young G's, it's not about gangsters, it's about Freemasons. Young studio gangsters. So just as a reminder, Notorious B.I.G. died 74 days from his 25th birthday. Brooklyn, New York equals 74, like Masonic, like Jewish, like rapper, like killing, like Rockefeller Records. Just so you can appreciate this. Rockefeller Records, 74, also 97, like the year Notorious B.I.G. died. I should have checked what Biggie Night equals, see if that's coincidental or if there's something there. You guys, Biggie Night equals 97 using the alphabetic order. I mean, that's just what I mean. All this stuff is thought out. They're having Biggie Night, you know, Jay-Z, Rockefeller Records, owning the team. Almost missed it. But there it is. They retired the 72, Hip Hop 72. Let's just check out DJ Enough. Was he picked for his numbers as well? DJ Enough. Well, he's got the 33 and 123 like Biggie. What do you think? I think he probably was. DJ Enough. And just so you guys know, in all of my videos, I only decode part of the story because I cover a lot each day. I mean, if you follow my blog, I keep up with all the news. In little more than 3 years' time, there's over 16,000 blog posts. So you do the math. If you're not following my blog, you're missing out on a lot. But anyway, I just try to get the meat. And there's always more. And I leave more so that the people who follow my work can make their own discoveries. But there's just how it is. I skipped Biggie Night and DJ Enough. And look, it's crucial information. So there's the number 72. They're putting it right next to Jay-Z, Brooklyn, 8 sold-out shows. Hip-hop, H88. HH. Notice the post time of 4:54. I talked about how Ready to Die came out on a date with 45 numerology. Life After Death came out on a date with 54 numerology. Hip hop also has the gematria 45, like 72. 90 is interesting because when you write out 90, it comes back to 33, like the 90-degree angle on the square. But anyway, the hip hop, the 45. I want to show you something cool about 45. If you write out 45, it sums to 54 and 45. And if you write 54, 54 and 45. Hip-hop's 45, also 72. Biggie's albums came out on dates with 45 and 54 numerology. And he himself was born on a date with 45 numerology. So the banner says, "Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way," from his lyrics, one of his most repeated lyrics. Spread love, just alone has gematria of 45. Biggie's birthday, date with a life lesson number of 45. Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way equals 125. And here's what I thought of. His last album, Life After Death, came out on a date with 125 numerology. I talked about in the videos I put out earlier this week how this came 125 days after Puff Daddy's 27th birthday. This album, 125 release date, 125 days later, syncs up with one of his most famous quotes. Also, if you write 125, it sums to 223 like Brooklyn, New York. Perfect. 125 also sums to 88 like rapper, like Barclay Center, where this jersey's up with the quote. Barclays alone has the gematria 54 like love. In 2 forms of gematria, love in ordinal and reverse ordinals 54. Here's Puff Daddy, the beneficiary from the death. The final score of the game, 120 to 112. And here's what stands out about that score. That's a sum of 232 points. Barclays Center has gematria of 232. So does Satan, as in Synagogue of Satan, the Zionist Jews who run the show, who practice murder by numbers, who are responsible for all of this. You know? This is what this gang does every day. Plans rituals by the numbers. And for so many people who come across my work, they just see this, they say things like, "This just seems so impossible. How could anybody do this?" And to me, it's like embarrassing that people are asking me that, because I'm showing you how I figured out how they're doing it, which shows you that this is within the capability of man. And granted, you know, I always have been pretty smart in comparison with my peers, but there's smarter people than me in the world. If I can figure out how they're doing it, it's not any harder to plan and execute things these ways. It's just like when I created the Truth Seeker Network Revolution. Remember, I did it all by the numbers, on purpose. I said, this is exactly how we can use their code back against them to make positive things happen in the world. And when I started that movement, in record time, the mission was achieved. It actually happened exactly 58 days after I started it, and I didn't plan it that way. But I said, we're putting their numbers back on them, you know? If you guys don't know about the Truth Seeker Network Revolution, it was to build a website, a campaign to organize truth seekers, truth speakers, so that they can work together and get their message out there. We have to get off the internet. We have to get on the streets. We have to organize. Let me just promote All for Truth real quick. After I started the campaign, 2 young gentlemen from across the country from me, I'm from Seattle, they're down by the Carolinas, they reached out, and with collaboration, this website was built. It's a lot like Facebook, you know, has messaging, instant messaging, forums, feed wall, friends. Check this website out, allfortruth.com. I'll link it in the description. It's free to join, and it's all about sharing information. People who are aware of gematria, what I'm teaching, they're here in big numbers, of course, because I'm promoting this campaign, and a lot of people who follow me are into the gematria. But all things are welcome at this website, truth related. It doesn't have to be gematria, what I'm teaching, anything truth related. That's what this community's for. So anyhow, 112 to 120. Again, the date was March 12th, 12/3. Biggie 123 Conspiracy, DJ Enough. Now here's the final piece. The piece to take away. They called this game the Battle of New York because it's two New York teams. Biggie died on March 9th, 3/9. A date that can also be written 9/3. In New York, everything's 39 or 93. And remember, Faith Evans, the wife of Biggie, who's releasing an album later this year, which I have a video on, By the Numbers. Her birthday was 93 days from the death of Biggie, and her music career began in 93. Very special number. 93 is the number for Saturn, the keeper of time. They tell us the sun's 93 million miles away, the real keeper of time. Compass and square in gematria equals 93, the instruments of measurement that make up the Freemason logo. Anyway, we're going to look at 39, the reflection of 93. Biggie equals 39 in reduction and ordinal. The word New York, 39. The abbreviation NY, 39. The abbreviation NYC, 39. It's the Empire State. MSG, where the Knicks play, Madison Square Garden, 39. The original governor of New York is George Clinton, born July 26, 1739. 49 years before the state was established where he became the first governor. George, 39. Clinton, 39. New York's date of establishment, a date with 39 numerology. The United Nations in New York is 39 floors tall. They built that new structure, One World Trade Center. 93. Remember the 93 World Trade Center bombing on February 26, 226, 226, 93. And a lot of this stuff comes back to astrology, the word planets 226, Saturn, the most important planet to the occult. Anyway, 39, 93, big numbers in New York. You know, they call the football team there, the Giants, the G-Men. Their star quarterback wears number 10. James Madison, what Madison Square Garden's named after, made 39 proposals that became the 10 Bill of Rights, and he did it on a date with 39 numerology. The name Madison also has gematria of 39. When Madison became president, his VP was George Clinton. His vice, 39. You see this? 39 books in the Old Testament. That's where the 10 Commandments come from. The 39 Bill of Rights became the 39 proposals by Madison became the 10 Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights has the same gematria as Masonic. 74, like how Biggie died 74 days before his birthday. That's what I mean. You learn the knowledge, you see through the news. So thank you to everyone who listens and who spreads the word. I'm going to link this playlist down below. I'm going to add this video that's now being uploaded to this playlist, so it'll be number 5 on here. Until next time, Truth Seekers.